Imagine walking into a hospital. You see a doctor. You trust them with your life. Why? Because somewhere in the past, they practiced. They failed. They learned. They tried again. Now, imagine walking past a farm. You see a farmer. You trust the vegetables on your plate tonight are safe. Why? Because that farmer spent months tending the soil, pulling weeds, waiting for rain. Now, look in the mirror. What do you see? You see a professional, maybe not a doctor, maybe not a farmer, but a professional at living your life. Every professional has a raw material. The doctor's raw material is the human body. The farmer's raw material is the land. So what is your raw material? It is not your resume. It is not your followers on social media. It is not your bank balance. According to a man who lived nearly 2,000 years ago, your raw material, the thing you must work on every single day, is your mind. Today, we're going to talk about the one asset you own that nobody can tax, nobody can steal, and nobody can take after you're gone. We're going to talk about the owner's manual for your brain. And I promise you, by the end of these 20 minutes, you will never look at your daily struggles the same way again. Let me tell you a quick story. There was a young man, very ambitious. He wanted to be rich. He wanted to be famous. He wanted to be respected. So he did what everyone told him to do. He got a job in the city. He worked 14 hours a day. He drank coffee like water. He stopped talking to his parents because he was, quote, too busy building a future. One day he collapsed. Not physically, mentally. He sat on his balcony at 2 in the morning, looking at the lights of the city, and he felt completely empty. He had everything society told him to get, but he felt like nothing. He went to a wise old farmer in his village. The young man said, "I have done everything. Why am I not happy?" The farmer did not answer right away. He just pointed to his field and asked, "What do you see?" The young man said, "I see dry land. Nothing is growing." The farmer nodded slowly and said, "Exactly. I have not plowed it. I have not watered it. I have not planted the seeds. I am expecting a harvest from land I have never touched. And you, young man, you are expecting peace and success from a mind you have never trained." This is the wisdom of Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who lived nearly 2,000 years ago. He said, "The raw material for the work of a good person is their own guiding reason." What does this mean in simple words? A doctor does not get angry at a sick patient. A farmer does not get angry at dry soil. They work with what they have. They practice. But us? We get angry at traffic. We get angry at our boss. We get angry at the weather. We try to control everything, except the one thing we actually own, our mind. The young man in that story, that was me, 20 years ago, and I learned that lesson the hard way.
Let me ask you something personal. What does your morning look like? You wake up, and the first thing you do is check your phone. You scroll through news, messages, notifications, comparison, drama. You consume anxiety before you even brush your teeth. Then you go to work. You consume stress. You come home. You consume entertainment to escape the stress. But when does your mind get fed? When does it get trained? The Stoics believed the mind is like a muscle, but I want you to think of it like a smartphone battery. Every worry drains the battery. Every time you compare yourself to that friend who just bought a new car, drain. Every time you lie awake at 3 in the morning thinking, "What if I lose my job?" Drain. Then, here is the important question. How do you charge the battery? Most of us do not know. We just keep running on low battery mode, crashing at the end of every week and wondering why we are exhausted. Epictetus gave us the answer 2,000 years ago. He said, your guiding reason, your logic, your awareness, your decision-making is the raw material. You have to work it. But here is the twist. Working your mind does not mean thinking more. means thinking better. Most of us walk around with 100% mental load all the time. No wonder we snap at our children. No wonder we cannot focus on a single book. No wonder we feel stuck. The practice of Stoicism, in simple terms, is this: learning to put down the mental weight that is not yours to carry. The farmer does not carry the weight of the harvest before he plants the seeds. He carries only the weight of planting the seeds. The doctor does not carry the weight of recovery before the surgery. She carries only the weight of doing the surgery well. But you are carrying the weight of things that have not even happened yet. You are anxious about a meeting next week. You are stressed about a conversation from 5 years ago. That is not raw material. That is garbage. And your mind is not a garbage dump. Your mind is a farm.
Let me tell you about Rajiv. Rajiv worked in a big company. Brilliant guy, top performer. One day, his computer crashed. He lost 2 hours of work. He stood up, picked up his keyboard, and smashed it on the desk. The entire office went silent. He was embarrassed, angry, and later he was sent home to take a break. Rajiv came to me. He said, "I do not know what happened. I just snapped." I asked him, "Rajiv, if your car breaks down on the highway, do you get out and beat the car with a stick?" He laughed. He said, "No, that is stupid." I said, "Exactly. You would call a mechanic, you would wait, you would accept that the car broke and needs fixing. So why, when your mind breaks, do you beat it? Why do you add anger on top of frustration?" Rajiv did not have an answer. You see, the computer crashing was not the problem. The problem was Rajiv's belief that the computer should never crash. The problem was his expectation that life should always go smoothly. Epictetus said it beautifully. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is the heart of Stoicism, and it is not about becoming a robot who feels nothing. It is about becoming a professional who does not waste energy. So, I taught Rajiv one simple exercise. Every time something goes wrong, pause, just 3 seconds. Ask yourself one question. Is this within my control? If it is not within your control, like a computer crash, like rain, like traffic, like someone else's opinion, you have 2 choices. Waste your energy fighting it, or save your energy for what you can control. What can you control? Your next action, your response, your attitude. 6 months later, Rajiv told me something I will never forget. He said, "I still get frustrated, but now when something goes wrong, I feel a small space, a small gap between the event and my reaction. And in that gap, I choose." That gap, my friends, is freedom, and that gap is built by practice.
Let us talk about money, because I know many of you are watching because you want to be successful. You want financial freedom, and Stoicism has a lot to say about that too. There was a young boy in a small town. He saw rich people in big cars. He decided he wanted to be like them. So he studied hard, got a good job, started investing. He watched the stock market every single day. If the market went up, he was happy. If the market went down, he was miserable. His entire mood depended on a number on a screen. One day, the market crashed. He lost a lot of money. But worse than the money, he lost his peace. He could not sleep. He could not eat. He felt like a complete failure. That boy was me, 25 years ago. And then I read something that Marcus Aurelius wrote. He was a Roman emperor, the most powerful man in the world at that time, and he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." I realized I had given a stranger, the stock market, the keys to my happiness. I was letting algorithms and strangers decide whether I would have a good day or a bad day. That is like giving the remote control of your air conditioner to your neighbor. They will freeze you or boil you whenever they feel like it. So I changed my approach. I started treating money like a farmer treats seeds. The farmer plants the seeds. He waters them. He protects them. But he does not dig them up every day to check if they have grown. He waits. He trusts the process. The Stoic approach to success is simple. Do your best with what you have today. Learn what you can, save what you can, and then let go of the outcome. Because the outcome is not in your control. Your effort is. This does not make you lazy. It makes you focused. You put your energy into the work, not the worry.
Something that happened just last year. My daughter, she is 15 years old, came to me one evening. She looked troubled. I asked her what was wrong. She said, "Papa, my friend told me today that I am not good enough for the school play. And now I feel like maybe I am just not talented." I looked at my daughter and I realized the same poison that had infected me at work and at the stock market was now infecting her in school. The poison of letting other people define your worth. I sat her down and I said, "Beta, imagine you are a farmer. You have planted a beautiful mango tree. A traveler walks past and says, 'This tree is useless. It gives no shade.' Does the tree stop growing?" She said no. I asked, "Why not?" She thought for a moment. Then she said softly, "Because the tree knows it is a tree. It does not need the traveler to tell it what it is." I smiled. I said, "Exactly. You are that tree. Your friend is the traveler. She has her own problems, her own insecurities. Her opinion is about her, not about you. Do not let a traveler decide the fate of your garden." Epictetus said, "If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind was part of the problem." Think about that deeply. If someone insults you and you feel insulted, it is because somewhere inside you gave them the power to define you. A strong mind, like a strong tree, does not shake because a bird lands on it. I am not saying this is easy. I am saying it is practice. Just like the doctor practices surgery every day, you have to practice not caring what random people think. Start small. Next time someone cuts you off in traffic, instead of getting angry, just say to yourself, "They must be in a hurry. I hope they reach safely." Try it once. It changes everything.
We have talked about the philosophy. Now let us talk about the practice. Because philosophy without practice is just entertainment, and I do not want to entertain you. I want to change your life. The Stoics had a simple daily routine. I have adapted it for our busy modern lives. It takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes to protect your sanity. Can you give me 10 minutes? In the morning, before you touch your phone, sit quietly for 5 minutes. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What is in my control today? Your work, your attitude, your kindness. 2. What is not in my control today? The traffic, the weather, other people's moods. 3. What kind of person do I want to be today? Patient, focused, calm. Just 5 minutes, it sets the direction for your entire day. In the evening, before you sleep, another 5 minutes. Ask yourself, what went well today? What could I have done better? Did I react to something that was not even in my control? This is not about guilt. It is about learning. A doctor reviews their surgeries. A farmer reviews their harvest. You review your day. This simple practice, this daily training of your mind, is the most important investment you will ever make. More important than your stock portfolio. More important than your house. Because this is the instrument that makes everything else possible.
If your mind is broken, your money will not fix it. If your mind is at peace, even difficulty will not break you. And that, my friends, is the ultimate freedom.
A doctor practices. A farmer practices. A musician practices. Why do we think we can live a good life without practice? The raw material of your life is your mind. It is the only thing you truly own. Everything else, your body, your money, your relationships, can be taken away. But your mind, that is yours. Protect it, train it, feed it. The next time you are stuck in traffic and you feel anger rising, remember the farmer. The farmer does not fight the soil, he works with it. The next time someone insults you, remember the doctor. The doctor does not fight the illness, he treats it. The next time life throws chaos at you, remember who you are. You are the professional, and your raw material is ready. Music swells softly. If this series resonated with you, if it made you think differently, even for just one moment, then subscribe to this channel. Not because I need the numbers, but because you need the reminder. We are in this together. We are building a community of people who control their minds, rather than being controlled by the world. Until next time, take care of your mind. It is the only farm you will ever truly own. Thank you.